All glories to the assembled devotees. Jai Shri Guru and Gauranga. Today I'm going to read something from the Bhavishya Purana concerning the relations with the Bible. Maybe interesting for some people, so here we go. Biblical and modern history of Kali Yuga, the age that began 5,000 years ago, from Bhavishya Purana. Especially from the section of Pratishthashva, chapters 4 to 7. Sutta Goswami said, once upon a time in Hastinapura, which is the modern day Delhi, New Delhi, Pradyota, the son of Kshimaka, was leading an assembly, and meanwhile the great sage Narada arrived there. King Pradyota happily honored him. Having him seated on the seat, the sage told King Pradyota. So we have to see that was spoken around 5,000 years ago. That's the time of Sutta Goswami. Your father was killed by the outcasts, the Mlechas. Therefore he attained Yamaloka, or the hellish planet. If you perform a Mlecha Yagya, sacrifice, then by the effect of this sacrifice your father will attain the heavenly planets. Hearing this, King Pradyota immediately called the best of the learned priests and started this sacrifice in Kurukshetra, the holy place where the battle of the Mahabharata took place. They built sacrifice place which was 128 miles big, meditated on the demigods and offered oblations of outcast people, whatever that means. There are Haras, Hunas, Pavaras, Kurundas, Sakas, Kasas, Yavanas, Pallavas, Romajas, and those who are situated in different islands and in Kamaru, China, in the middle of the ocean. All of them were called with the mantra and burned to ashes. Oh my God, sounds pretty terrible. Then the king gave donation to the priests and performed a bathing ceremony. As a result, his father went to the heavenly planets. After that, he became famous everywhere as Mlecha hunter or destroyer of the outcasts. He ruled the earth for 10,000 years and went to heaven. He had a son named Vedavan who ruled for 2,000 years. Well, that's not really possible. If it was 5,000 years ago, how could he have ruled 10,000 years and so forth? At that time, the Kali Purusha prayed, the god that rules over this age, prayed to Lord Narayana, the Supreme Lord, along with his wife. After some time, the Lord appeared to him and said, this age will be a good time for you. I will fulfill your desire having various kinds of forms. There is a couple named Adama and his wife Havyavati. They are born from Vishnu Kardama, an expansion of the Lord, and it will increase the generations of outcasts. Saying this, the Lord disappeared. Having great joy, the Kali Purusha went to Nilachal, which is in Bengal. Vyasa said, now you hear the future story narrated by Sutta Goswami. This is the full story of Kali Yuga. Hearing this, you will become satisfied. Kali Yuga is the age that began 5,000 years ago. We haven't reconciled the time periods in the beginning of this text, but I'm sure it can be reconciled if we were to investigate in detail. But that's not our point here. So let us continue. In the eastern side of Pradhan city, where there is a big God-given forest which is 16 square yojanas in size, the man named Adama was staying under a Pipapa Vriksha, a sinful tree, and was eager to see his wife Havyavati. The Kali Purusha quickly came there, assuming the form of a serpent. He cheated them, and they disobeyed Lord Vishnu, which is resembling the story of the fall from the Garden of Eden. That's Adama is, of course, Adam and Eve. Havyavati would be Eve here. The husband ate the forbidden fruit of the sinful tree. They lived by eating air with the leaves called Udumbura. After they had sons, and all of them became outcasts. Outcasts means they didn't follow religious tradition, and they behaved in sinful ways, etc. That made them outcasts. It's not because by birth, but by quality. They were outcast. Adam's duration of life was 930 years, as compared, can be seen in the Bible too. He offered oblations with fruits and went to heaven with his wife. His son was named Shvetanama, and he lived 912 years. Shvetanama's son was Anuta, who ruled 100 years less than his father. His son Kinasa ruled as much as his grandfather. His son Malahala ruled 895 years. His son Virada ruled 160 years. His son Hanuka was devoted to Lord Vishnu, and offering oblations of fruits he achieved salvation. So we see it seems they were still vegetarians. He ruled 365 years and went to heaven with the same body, being engaged in Mlecha Dharma. What the religious occupation or duty of the outcast would be is the good question here. Having good behavior, wisdom, qualities like a priestly caste, brahmana, and worship of God. These things are called Mlecha Dharma. Interesting. The great souls have declared that the Dharma of the Mlecha is devotion to God, worship of fire, non-violence, austerity, and control of the senses. The son of Hamuka was Matochilla. He ruled for 970 years. His son Lomaka ruled 770 years and went to heaven. His son Yuha, or Noah, interesting, ruled for 500 years. He had 3 sons named Sima, Sama, and Bhava. And Nuha, or Noah, was a devotee of Lord Vishnu. So I think we will continue maybe the video in the next video, so as not to make it too big. So thanks for listening to Bhavishya Purana. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hear you soon.